Hello guys, I'm using this opportunity to welcome you back to another great tutorial. My name is Samira. Today's tutorial covers cutting and sewing a stylish bustier top with a basket waistline. You can hit the subscribe button to subscribe now. Please, you can turn on notification bell to get notified to see my next video upload. Give this video a thumbs up, share with friends and families. You can also comment about today's tutorial. You can drop it on the comment section below. I know you guys are wondering why you don't see me talking to you. The reason is because I'm living in a noisy place and it's crowded also. As I speak to you, the time now is 2 a.m. I would like you to sit back and watch it to the end. Let's dive in now. I have my doll face fabric. I'll just go ahead now to spread it because I'm going to cut out the upper parts that I'll be using for my bustier. Please keep on watching this particular tutorial down to the end, guys. At this point, I'll be removing 4 inches from my tape rule because it's an off shoulder. So I'm going to mark my length by 20 inches. Okay. So after that, I'm going to give a straight line. So at this point, I'm going to be marking my nipple to nipple by 3.5 inches. So my nipple to nipple is by 3.5 inches. Okay. So I'll connect the marks together now. So I'll take it down. At this point, I'll be measuring 1 inch. Okay. So that's the 1 inch. So I'll keep on measuring 1 inch. So that's the 1 inch. So I'll give a straight line to connect the marks. So I'll take it down. On my nipple point, I'll be measuring 10 inches. Okay, so that's the nipple point now. So I'm going to measure 10 inches. So after that, I'm going to measure my underbust. So that's my 10 inches now. So on my underbust, I'm going to measure 13 inches. Okay. So I'm going to connect my nipple point now. Then my underbust. So my half length is by 15 inches. So I'll just rule it out now. So at this point, on my upper part, I'll be connecting the lines to my nipple point. Okay, so as you can see me doing here in the video, right? So from my nipple point, I'm going to connect it to my underbust and also connect it down. Okay, so guys, give this video more watch time. Please, I'm sorry for my chalk. I'm still trying to connect my nipple point, my underbust. Okay, so guys, just keep on watching this particular tutorial down to the end because you are going to learn a lot from today's tutorial. So I'll go ahead now to measure my bust by 36 inches. So I'm going to add 1 inch that I'm going to cut out later before adding 1.5 inches for my sewing allowance. So at this point on my underbust, I'll be marking 28 inches. I'm going to also add the 1 inch that I'm going to cut out later and also add 1.5 inches for my sewing allowance. Right, so I'm going to also do the same thing on my half length. Please just give this video more watch time, guys. So I'm going down to my hemline now to mark 40 inches. Okay. So you can see how simple it is for you to cut this particular style that we are making today. So at this point, I'll be connecting my lines together. So guys, remember it's an off shoulder top that is going to have basket waistline at the waist. And remember, when doing your off shoulder, you need to remove from your tape rule, which I did. I removed 4 inches from my tape before taking my length measurements. Okay. Remember, the waist is a basket waistline. To achieve that, I'll be marking 3.5 inches at the waist and going to use my ruler to give it that sharp V shape. Okay, so when making your own, you can use your ruler to do that. So as you can see me doing in the video, so I want to give that V shape at the waistline. And don't forget that I marked 3.5 inches at the waistline. Okay, so I'll just go ahead now to cut it out. Please, I'm so sorry for my chalk, it's not showing well. I want you guys to follow my explanation. Please, you can keep on watching this particular tutorial down to the end, guys, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. You can do that now. Just click the red button under my video to subscribe now. You can also turn on notification bell to get notified to see my other tutorial that I'll be uploading next on my YouTube channel. So I'll just continue to cut it out. So after cutting it, we are going to use the front piece to cut the back piece. So just keep on watching down to the end, guys. And like I said, you can subscribe, you can share this tutorial with your friends. So I'm going to notch my nipple points. Okay, so that's my under bust too. I'm notching it to differentiate it when sewing it. Okay, so that's the 1 inch that I'm cutting out that we added before. So guys, you can see how simple it is for you to cut and sew this particular style that we are making today. So don't forget, we are making a bustier that is going to have basket waistline at the waist. I'm also notching the other parts of it. So this is my front piece now, so I'm going to use it to cut the back piece. So I'll go ahead now to place my front piece on it. Then I'll add my zipper allowance, 1 inch. So I'm going to use my pen to hold it down because I don't want it to appear at the back. So guys, you can see how simple it is to make this particular style that we are making today. So I'm going to just cut it out now. So I'm going to open my zipper allowance now. At this point, I'll be joining my front piece together. So I'll be aligning my nipple point and my under bust together before heading to my sewing machine to stitch it together. So I'm going to also do the same thing to the back piece. Okay, so you can see that the style that I'm making today is very simple. Don't forget, it's a bustier top that is going to have basket waistline at the waist. So that's what I'm showing you guys. So I'm going to also align together. So I'm using my pin to pin it together. So I'll continue to pin it. So that's my bust. So I'm going to also pin it. So I'm pinning it down together. This is how I'm going to stitch it on my sewing machine. So after this session, I'm going to head over to my sewing machine to join the pieces together. So after that, I'm going to also iron it out so that to not wrinkle. Okay, so you can see how neat it is. So you can see now I've stitched it together, and I've stitched the front and the back together now. So I'll just go ahead now to take my measurements by 4 inch, that is the neckline. So I'm bringing it down by 2 inch. So it's a sweeter neck in the front while the back is a round neck. So you can see how simple it is to make this style that we are making. So at this point now, that's for the back now. So I'm trying to give a curve for the back. So I'm using 2 inch to bring it down at the back, the neck. The depth of the back neck is by 2 inch. I used 2 inch to bring it down. So I'm going to just give a curve for the sweetheart neck. You can see how I'm placing my scissors to give that shape in the front. This is what I have now after cutting the front neckline. You can see how neat it is, very beautiful. So let's cut out the sleeve now. So I folded my fabric already into 2. So I'll just go ahead now to start taking my measurements. So I'll start by measuring 8 inches for the length of my sleeve. Okay, so I'm trying to arrange it so the length is by 8 inches and 4 inches is what I'm going to use for my shoulder. Then I'm going to mark 5.5 inches for my armhole. While my round sleeve I'm going to use 7 inches. Just can be more than that, so I'm just giving a curve for my shoulder. So I'll just connect them together, then I'm going to cut it out. Guys, don't forget that the lower part of my sleeve I'll be stitching it, then I'm going to use my elastic to puff it out because it's going to have a puff on it. So that's what I'm trying to show you guys. So I'm opening it now. So I will head over to my sewing machine, then I'm going to run a stitch at the lower part of the sleeve. Okay, now I've stitched it together. To make it to puff out, I'm going to use my safety pin and my elastic to use and pass through the sleeve as you can see me doing in the video. So I'm going to attach it to the top now. So I have my top now. I'm going to mark my body measurements. Okay, my bust is by 36 inches. Okay, I'll be measuring 28 inches for my waist. Okay, so what I will do next is for me to connect the lines together. So this is how I'm going to run my stitch on my top. So that's what I'm showing guys. So this is how I'm going to just stitch it together. So at this point I will be aligning my front and my back piece together, and I'm going to stitch it together by 1.5 inches. Okay, so I'm going to wear it out now. This is my final look. Thank you for watching to the end. If you enjoyed today's tutorial, you can hit the subscribe button to subscribe, turn on notification bell to get notified to see my next tutorial. You can give this video a thumbs up. Please, I want to interact with you guys. You can drop your comments on the comment section below. Please, you can follow the step-by-step procedure that we use in making this tie so that you can able to cut and sew it by yourself. If you don't understand it, you can watch it again and again. So after watching it again, you'll be able to cut and sew it on your own. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you all in my next one, guys.